senior staff begin 2-week strike January 14. Which police is that though? Is it Federal Police or of the Punch newspaper? You want details of that story?
PDP in Southwest will continue, says Makinde. Says dissident zonal ESCO members have no right to remove chair. And PDP caucus renews call for Buhari's impeachment. Pages 8 and 26 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Let's go in. But I think we should take this the COVID-19 update in Nigeria. Total confirmed cases in Nigeria has risen to 76,207. Total discharge 67,810. Total death toll in Nigeria 1,201. It's on the increase. We should and we need to stay safe. Whatever you do, please stay safe. Okay.
I love Christmas and the signals we are getting now. This disease wanting to ruin Christmas for Nigerians.
It's already ruining the US, UK, and Russia as we speak right now. Everybody, aside the winter locking them in, COVID is seriously locking them down. Some countries have started, lockdown again all over because of the pandemic. So I think we should borrow ourselves brain this part of the world.
We have to get to that.
Just stay safe.
PDP faction expels Kwankwaso for alleged anti-party activities. Page 26 of the Nigerian Tribune.
And you have NNPC abandons 10,000 applicants amid alleged secret recruitment. Federal government ASU standoff will soon be resolved, says Fayemi. 272 candidates undergoing Kaduna Community Police training. Students on the rampage as Poly Council's program. And you have Nigeria yet to compensate Asaba for civil war massacre, says Mona. Details on page 7 of the Punch newspaper.
Government demolishes suspects' houses. Minister seeks better relationship among stakeholders in postal sector. And security, US cautions its citizens on traveling movement within Nigeria. Trailer crushes man in Ibadan as police rescue 29 suspected victims of human trafficking in Katsina. Page 4 and 5 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Dari asks Supreme Court to overturn conviction, reduce term. Lassa fever killed 204 Nigerians in 2020. The year has not ended. Court remands 5 over Rivers PDP chairman's murder. SARS detained for sales collected 700,000 bribe with taking that. Yahaya declares Friday work-free day ahead of Gombe local government poll. 47 Edo communities cut off by lack of link bridge. Kano PDP faction suspends Kwakwanso for alleged anti-party activities. Doctor, 2 daughters die in Lagos on fire. Prevention key to fraud management, says expert. 5 varsities get jams, 375 million naira. Couple, man arrested for stealing 18 million naira. Ogun Telcom mast diesel. Okay. Kwara issues checks to 48 businesses looted during #Answers protest. You mean the aftermath? The protesters didn't loot. This thing pains me. Niger directs workers to stay at home till further notice. Inda Azaya, the publisher, late veteran publisher. Inda Azaya for burial December 28th. And finally, prevention key to fraud management. Details on pages 8 and 9 of the Punch newspaper.
For post-COVID-19 oil gas sector era, coming from Timmy Sylvia, the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources. We are not in post-COVID-19 yet, and we also have
full force.
Okay, IMTO's raise sanction for paying remittances in local currency. Food sufficiency, Ogun government pledges support for poultry farmers as business pages of the Nigerian Tribune this morning.
On the business and economy page of the Punch newspaper, Senate passes 2021 to 2023 medium-term expenditure framework (MTEF). pegs oil benchmark at $40. Federal government approves Ibom deep sea port. Oil power firms owe Nigerian banks 5.8 trillion naira, says Nigerian Bureau of Statistics. E-customs platform to commence next week. Hybrid seeds resuscitating cotton production, says NABDA. Reps decry abandoned scanners at ports. Borders begin probe. SKME fees suspended to prevent airlines collapse. Nigeria South Africa flight fulfills. Okay. Rivers community shuts total plant over alleged neglect. Buhari approves establishment of 10 national parks. Oil sector will face prolonged reduced demand, says FG. That's about that. Pages 17 and 18, business and economy page of the Punch newspaper.
Okay, we also have some to two LASU overall best graduates, as JAMB Awards, ABU Oluyole, 3 others 375 million for excellent performance, and still coming from the education sector. Multi-campus proposal as bill passes second reading. Group advises Makinde on multi-campus, and the lawmaker that kicked against the multi-campus proposal is Honorable Rumi Ladeji, representing Ogumosho North constituency, and she argues that Ogumosho town would be left to suffer economically with the implementation of a multi-campus system. That's our position on the floor of the house.
Maybe, but well, okay, well, not an educationist, don't let me. Adedibu delivered Oyo to PDP in 2003, says Obasanjo. Abayabo was saying.
That's why it's also here. Without Adedibu, PDP couldn't have produced government in Oyo.
You know, he was here in Oyo State yesterday. Oshun Mechanic to die by hanging for armed robbery. Against us protesters, not economic saboteurs, says Falano. Senate probes alleged 6.2 billion NDDC palliative mismanagement. You are still probing it. Police ordered to arraign suspect detained for 1 year. And on the education page, students must learn teamwork, handling defeat. Corona CEO, National Library birth in Ekiti. Every child has capacity to be great, says education. His committee charges educationists to compete for awards. And Deputy Governor-elect advises students on self-esteem. Daughter of blue-eyed woman, you remember that lady? Gets scholarship. Daughters of blue-eyed woman gets scholarship. That's a good one. Okay. After impregnating her, I think 3 times. Now she's blue-eyed. Send her away. Can you imagine? But I'm sure.
I think he came back.
No, it's not that she came back. The husband took her back. You know, and when he discovered that people have started giving her money,
of course,
so another man will begin to like the blue eyes. That she said it didn't like, but you were not looking at the blue eyes when you impregnated her first time, second time, third time. Some men should be
blue eyes did not scare you.
Some men deserve to be flogged the Sharia way. Don't mind me, just. Mind the guy. Respect teachers, tired author tells Nigerians. That's on the education page 25 of the Punch newspaper. We'll go for sports.
Preserve Maradona's court rules. This is Iwobi's best moment, and Key is FIFA's best. Joshua Fury may drop all belts for mega fight. Sports page of the Nigerian Tribune.
Fight go. Get us a deal. On the sports page of the Punch newspaper, Lewandowski beats Messi. Ronaldo clinches FIFA Best Player award. He deserves it. That guy has been raining goals. It's his time. Rivers United may miss Celtic clash after visa delay. NFF paid us 50% of FIFA palliative. Wolves bows. Antetokounmpo dreams title after signing record NBA deal. And NOC approves step ball calling federations. Delta Queens coach blames defeat on G3 players, and Cavani charged over Instagram post. Pelican Stars target maximum points against Ocean Babes. Banned Russia to miss Tokyo Beijing Olympics. That's about that on the sports page of the Punch newspaper. Congratulations to Lewandowski, FIFA Best Player of the Year, beating the duo of Messi and Ronaldo that have been, sharing it in the last almost 10 years now. I think it's not too much if we see an end of that era. They refuse to get old. Congratulations to Lewandowski. Time check 6:50 a.m. Destination time 7:30 a.m. Today is International Migrant Day. So for those who listen to us outside the country but are Nigerians, today is your day in that country. Migration.
And for those who are making the perilous and illegal journey across the Sahara and the Mediterranean today,
may your hustle pay off, but please don't die trying to make a living. It's not worth it. Seriously, it's not worth it. Go the legal way, do the legal things, and at least your mind will be at peace. Not that you die in the Sahara or drown in the
Mediterranean.
Exactly. So wish you all the best. Today is International Migrants Day. According to the UN Secretary General, says let's seize the opportunity of the recovery from the pandemic to implement the Global Compact for safe, orderly, and regular migration. Reimagine human mobility, enable migrants to reignite economies at home and abroad, and build more inclusive and resilient societies. 18th of December, International Migrants Day. We go straight to the meat of the news.
Released, no fewer than 344 kidnapped students of Government Science Secondary School, Kankara, in Katsina State, were on Thursday night released by Boko Haram. A few hours after a video was released showing the schoolboys in captivity. The students have been released and they are on their way to Katsina from Zamfara State. The Nigerian troops are with them now, and they are on their way to Katsina, a source said. The report indicated that the secretary to the state government confirmed the release of the students. He told the BBC Hausa service that the kidnapped students were released to officials of the state government in company of security agencies in Safel local government area of Zamfara State. It is a 3-hour journey, and the students are expected to meet with the president in Daura tomorrow morning, that is this morning. The SSD, for their prayers, are making it possible for the eventual release of the students, saying the state is in festive mood waiting for their arrival. Have been contacted. The students will be reunited with their families. Speaking to CNN on the release of the schoolboys, the state governor Amin Masari, who expressed his joy, he said, we contacted them through a third party who talked to them and agreed to release them unconditionally. Well, the sources are also saying that also refused to say whether a ransom was paid or not. They're saying the boys were released unconditionally. 344 abducted Katsina schoolboys released. Page 5 of the Nigerian Tribune.
All right, some more information here. Katsina abducted schoolboys released. Governor Aminu Masari Thursday night confirmed the release of the abducted students of Government Science Secondary School, Kankara. The governor said the boys were at Safi, Zamfara State, and would be transported to Kankara on Friday. According to him, the release of the boys was facilitated by the leadership of MACBAN, that's Mieti Hala, Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria. It's me. Okay, yeah. According to him, the release of the boys, the governor's special advisor on security, Malam Ibrahim Kassina, also confirmed the development. He told Punch on Thursday night that Alhamdulillah, the boys have been rescued and are now at Safi, Zamfara State, but we shall be moving them to Kankara tomorrow. According to him, they did not pay any ransom. However, Masari, in an interview with DWTV Hausa at 10 p.m. on Thursday, said no ransom was paid before the boys were released. The police have also confirmed the release of the Kankara boys. Now, there was this video that trended just before their release yesterday. 9 knowing students in Boko Haram video. Some parents of the abducted students of GSS Kankara and residents have dismissed the video purportedly posted by the Boko Haram sect on Thursday morning, showing some youths in captivity in a forest. A father of one of the students, Malam Aminu Diabo, said none of the youths showed in the video was a student of the school. Do you know what the student is? Darabu, whose 12-year-old son Farouk Aminu was among the abducted students, however, prayed that the bandits did not kill the students in retaliation for any other steps taken by the government, apart from negotiation to secure the release of those students. Crime endemic in Nigeria. U.S. cautions citizens. And meanwhile, the United States Embassy in Nigeria has again asked American citizens to exercise caution while traveling and residing in Nigeria. In the security alert published on the embassy's website on Wednesday, the mission said crime was endemic throughout Nigeria, ranging from petty street crime to carjacking, and crime levels tend to increase during the holidays. It noted, quote, terrorist organizations and individuals inspired by extremist ideology exist throughout Nigeria. Shopping centers, airports, hotels, clubs, restaurants, places of worship, transportation hubs, street markets, and other public venues frequented by Westerners are common attack targets. Katsina abducted schoolboys released. We're grateful. We are grateful that the boys are back. I mean, there's no other story to tell any of the parents or any of the family members right now. The most important thing is that their kids are back.
Are you on that video that trended before the boys were released? You know, the video also said something about two of the boys saying that the government should yield to the demands of Boko Haram, and some of those demands, key among the demands, is that all vigilance groups in Katsina should be scrapped and all schools should be closed except Islamic schools. Those were probably some of the conditions that Boko Haram asked the boys to give. Well, some parents are saying that the boys are individuals. Are not students of the school. Well, that remains to be
even if they are not the kids of those parents that have been interviewed. Those boys were born by somebody. They didn't fall from heaven. They have parents. They do have parents, and I want to believe strongly they are Nigerians, so they deserve to be rescued too.
Well, actually, the most important thing right now is that we'll at least the 344 boys have been released alive, ill, and healthy. Now, the issue of ransom, whether ransom was paid, well, if indeed ransom was paid, whatever was paid, I would say it's worth it if it's about saving the lives and future of these boys, and if indeed that was the only option paid. Well, we all know that such money will probably go into buying more arms for the terrorists. I would again say that is the unfortunate sacrifice that had to be made at this time. I mean, well, if my son was among those boys, I wouldn't mind whatever I spent to get him out, especially if I personally have the means. Now, what we need to do everything to ensure this doesn't happen again. The boys have been released, but then a most embarrassing statement was made by this whole incident. The fact that Nigeria is not safe, world capital of insecurity at the moment. Concerned about that, the role of the military in all this. The military kept saying that they weren't part of the negotiations with the abductors, and you know, the General Enenche also said something, but he denied that it was Boko Haram that abducted the boy. He said it was just some ragtag bandits. According to his words, he said anybody could have made a video. He debunked that video.
Well, that video, I think up to now nobody has come out to say whether it's fake. Even the Nigerian army never said it's fake. But I mean, in terms of connecting it with these 333 Kankara boys abduction, I think there might be some element of truth in what General Nenje said. From all indications, it appears it was actually, well, we've given them bandits, even though as far as I'm concerned they are still terrorists. Roving bandits in the Zamfara, Sokoto, Katsina axis were responsible for this. Yes,
or working with Boko Haram.
Now that's what I was about to say. That's it. It's hard to pull off such stunts without having some connections and some coverings and some massive international network, such as possessed only by a group like Boko Haram. For example, the kind of negotiations they went into. When the Dapchi girls were, their release was secured. It's not even rumor, it was published. We knew about this. The Swiss government was involved, the International Red Cross Society was involved. Money changed hands, even though they denied it at first. We later traced. They traced something to some bank accounts, and everything died a natural death. But we knew, it was obvious that the Red Cross was involved in the negotiation. The Swiss government, and anything, when you go to Switzerland, it's always about money, was involved in the release of the Dapchi girls. Now, for bandits, ragtag bandits, to be able to pull off abduction of over 300 schoolboys, camp them, ward consistently for 5 days, and negotiate without a shot fired, they have connection. Nobody should say that the ragtag militia or bandits pulled that off. No, I do not want to believe it.
And Enche was saying that the Boko Haram only wanted to weigh in on that to show that they are still very relevant.
It's because they are involved. If they were just ragtag militia, they would have crushed them. Let's face it, because they knew where they were. In fact, the one video that was recorded, big deal, they could have brought them down if they were just ragtag and they had no connection. Obviously, those guys had the leverage, and it was not just the kids.
I know this was what the United States was afraid of the other time when their citizens was abducted. They mentioned something about the fact that the bandits who abducted them, their citizens, wanted to send to Boko Haram, to the terrorists, and it would have been more difficult to get him out of the terrorist enclave.
Exactly.
If that had happened. So that's why they strengthened their special teams.
One thing could have happened if that release was not secured yesterday. Those guys could have been moved from that point. From Katsina, they entered Zamfara now. If we were not careful, they could have been moved to maybe the northeast, and that might just have been the end.
Another Chibok.
So at least on that note, at least we want to appreciate those who were able to ensure their release. But then I also have a question: the involvement of Macban. Although we are happy that they are able to get the boys out, but it's pointing in one direction. If you ask people who have ever, I have a friend here in Ibadan who was kidnapped on Ekiti Ibadan Expressway, that Ekiti to Ilesha. It was certain persons from certain particular ethnic group using cattle to block the road, and I've had this several times until I even had it directly from him. So if Macban is doing this, I think some people should be asked questions. Some people should be, I'm not saying they should be arrested, they should be invited
to answer
and ask them questions how their men are pulling this off and they are still going away scot-free.
And even the leaders of the local militias that were mentioned, that were identified in the course of investigations, that they were the ones used by Boko Haram, and where they are. So they are still walking free.
I mean,
incidents.
Tola, I'm astonished that in a federal republic like ours, the governor is boldly saying that a group in the country, in charge of an association of people, went into the bush because they have links with those guys, negotiated with them, and came out to tell you their demands. And whether you agreed or not, they were able to pull it off. Some people should be in DSS nets.
Most important thing. He's back.
We're grateful for that, but if there's some people that should be invited right now, it should be these guys, really, because you could see their handwork around the country. It's not just in the north. You could see that insignia in major attacks, major kidnappings across the country. People who probably live in Okyogun know what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to not say certain things on here right now, but we should be able as a country to do the right thing. And not just say because some people are some things out, they are close to some people. No, that's the only way forward right now, and we should be doing the right thing. Let me just take one more story before we open the phone lines. We're grateful. The 344 schoolboys are back. We're grateful. We are grateful. Nigeria records 5,809 COVID-19 cases in 10 days. NMA predicts NIN's spike. You are wondering what is NIN? Okay, the registration they say you should go and do. The Nigerian Medical Association on Thursday said that the Nigerian Communications Commission fresh directives on the national identification number could lead to a spike in COVID-19 cases. The NCC had on Tuesday directed telephone companies to deactivate telephone lines of users who failed to link their NIN to subscribers' identification modules within 2 weeks. Findings by correspondents showed that the country had witnessed an increase in COVID-19 cases as 5,809 were infected between December 7 and December 16. Advising Nigerians on gatherings at the NIN registration centers, the NMA president, Professor Innocent Uja, in an interview with the Punch, said more people could be infected at the NIN centers if they disregard safety protocols. Uja said, quote, people and those officials should have strict compliance with the NCDC protocols such as social distancing and wearing of face masks. If people do not comply with the protocols, it may cause another wave. There's risk of super spread of COVID-19 at NIN centers, says virologist. Nigeria records 5,809 COVID-19 cases in 10 days. NMA predicts NIN spark. Sometimes when we make policies in Nigeria, I ask myself, do these guys reside in Nigeria at all? Must you put out this policy now?
And there is a disease that doesn't spare the high and the mighty.
For God's sake, we're even making a headway already. There's a vaccine. Can't you wait?
Oh.
Well,
it also says that to contain spread now on hold. That's coming from the PTF.
No, that's it.
And the hospital's facilities now overwhelmed.
You remember the secretary of the government of the federation himself is in isolation. So if no, but I expect the task force to be all. I mean, the ministers are supposed to be members of that task force, right? I expected them to have invited the Minister for Communications, Dr. Issa Fantami, to the sitting yesterday and tell him the truth. That, oh God, you are just working on your own. You can't make such decisions. Maybe because the SGF is not there. Maybe. They should be able to talk to him. You can't just make such decisions in a time like this.
The Minister of Health, she should be talking.
Where their colleagues, that one might not be able to control him. Nigeria now, maybe if the SGF were not in it, but somebody is supposed to be able to call them to order. Nigeria now, people will panic, and it already started yesterday anyway. Yes, we are started rushing. I was asked to do something. I said, my people, calm down. Hey, is somebody who's alive that will use phone? No? Okay. 090250380 6080550 Can see comments on Twitter and Facebook. Keep them coming. We'll take them in due course. Anima Shao Asan Taiwo. It seems this is your first time commenting. Thank you so much. We can see your comments. It's good morning, Anthony Michael. We appreciate you. Thank you. Otumba Fadeyi Adeolu Cornelius. We appreciate you. He's a regular. Says good morning, DNT. One may be right by saying that the event of abducted boys was stage managed.
We didn't say that though.
We never said. No, you're saying one may be saying. Okay. You notice we never said that on this platform. We are talking of human lives, so I don't joke with such a thing. You never where they push such conspiracy theories. No. We are talking I pray it's not somebody close to you. You know what it means when you lose somebody. My friend was in kidnappers then for 21 days. People were doing VG. It's not funny. We can see it. We can see the handwriting on the wall. Somebody is using this to score cheap political gain. Your opinion, Mr. Fade Yadelu from Okaka, but I don't. I'm sorry. I don't bite. You don't joke with human life. And Conley has Mr. DNT. Consumable rice is not included among the commodities allowed to enter the country. Yes. In the new land border opening. What is the essence of lifting the ban safe? Okay. What?
It's Christmas.
We are growing rice to Nigeria now. Wait for our own. Even what we've gained from the 18 months suffering, pains, poverty, and penury, may God save the country. Oh, sorry, call back. The phone lines are open. We'll take your calls. Keep them coming. Is someone here? I think so.
Hello. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Nice to have you, Mr. Isaac. Amen. Okay.
How are they going to survive? Mind you,
All right.
if I have pregnant body, they have protecting in Nerua. And you they have protecting. And they are not for the campus. Why should it be elected? That's going to be for the campus. You don't want to, you don't want to be a political exercise, but governor, you know, go on, so. Please, yes, we said that decision, no. Good morning, that's my contribution.
All right. Thank you. I hope people know that it's not as if they are moving Lautech from Ogbomoso.
It's like most people don't want the other zones to have a slice of the cake.
They're not moving the whole campus. Just some faculties. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Morning, sir.
Good morning.
And they continue to break.
Amen. Thank you.
Because Nigeria, even people are enjoying you.
Thank you, sir.
God will continue to bless you. Honorable Ezra from Madrid.
Nice to have you, sir.
Sorry, inshallah. On ground. Be it from the phone. It is for us. Because enough. Because look at with the list of government and secondary school. Nigeria is the government was telling Nigeria the people this students on negotiation. See what it's already being imposed.
The PDP is even.
It is the president because they don't.
All right.
In this was there.
All right. Thank you so much.
The solution.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Let's make it as brief as possible so we can take more calls.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, Reverend.
Reverend.
Yes, Reverend Babakari speaking from Lanlate.
Great to have you.
We have to commend the federal government for the release of the Kankara boys.
Yes.
That is what Nigerians are expecting. It's a Christmas gift. So if the government is doing like this, you know, the Nigerians will be praising them. They should not forget about the Chibok girls too, especially Leah Saribu. So I want to advise that the government of Nigeria should continue like this by releasing the Chibok girls too, so that people and the parents of Chibok girls will also be happy. Then concerning the multi-campus of Lautech, well, I want to advise the governor to use his discretion, because what he has done to get Lautech back to Oyo State is commendable. In the light of this, we should use his discretion. Reverend Babatodi from Lanlate.
Thank you so much, Reverend. Hello, good morning.
I don't know.
Have you? Same.
Is really trying. Thank you very much, Mr. Abiyanchi. Good morning.
All right, thank you so much. Well, should you be wondering about the state where the abduction happened? It didn't happen in Borno State. It happened in Katsina State. Maybe you wanted to praise Governor Aminu Masari. Okay, so different states actually. We'll pick more calls. 090250380 08055009850. That's the number to join the conversation. Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah, Prince calling from
Nice to have you, Prince.
Where you continue to bless you.
Amen.
Amen.
Now, this country needs good intervention. Those can carry children. I hope and I believe they are religion, education and condition. If it is possible, we are the people that are responsible that negotiation. Those people, they do not allow them to go. They do arrest them. Government official was there, the military was there. Who are those people on the other side that choose for negotiation? The country where their leadership, in fact, we need to find entertainment and go with God. I know one day God will rescue us. Then, I want to congratulate the parents of them, release to them. God will continue to put them.
Amen. Thank you so much, Prince. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Alaji.
Alaji Ayelabugo is calling from Lalate.
Nice to have you.
The good news that the Kankara boys have been released called for celebration and jubilation. But meanwhile, while jubilating, it should be with refrain. We have other Nigerians who are in captive. Talk of Elias wife and other partner Nigerians. Efforts should be geared up to release them. Moreover, more proactive measures should be taken by federal government to enhance proper security. That should be their watchword. And coming to the multi-campus of Ladoke University, it's a welcome development, but it should be between Okiogun and Ogunoso. It should be at least 2. Then that of College of Agric in Igora should also be involved, be partly involved. Now, what I mean is that when we have multi-campuses, we've been in it, and we have it in other universities. Now, one in Okiogun, one in Barapa here, and that of LATEC. We are proud to have many universities in Ibadan. So, by this will be judiciously traced. I believe we will continue to give up to celebrate our indefatigable governor, Engineer Makede. May God continue to bless him.
Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate you. Akinyode Matthew on Facebook says, good morning, Mr. D and May God continue to bless you for us. Okay, thank you. Okay, Matthew from Amama Hobomosho. Femi Adirator says, His Excellency should please leave Lautech as it is. Well, he got the College of Medicine back right now. Okay, okay. The edict that established it initially did not give room for multi-campus. Okay, but it was on a multi-state. Okay, Adiola Sunday. Good morning, Tola, and I am highly disturbed by the kidnapping saga in Kankara. So Boko Haram has become another institution in Nigeria, operating as they like. Where are we going in this country? And no ransom was paid for their release is laughable. They said they did not pay. We were not there. So if they said they didn't pay, well, so be it. Olawale Abdulafi says, do you have any update on the news published a few months ago about those bankrolling Boko Haram insurgency in Nigeria? I thought they've prosecuted those culprits, but to my surprise, the news just went dead and nobody's talking about it anymore. They did not prosecute anybody in Nigeria. It was Dubai, the government of Dubai that arrested people, and they mentioned names of Nigerians. In fact, they mentioned the top civil servants. I think 2 self. Nothing happened to them in Nigeria. It was UAE that Not Nigeria.
That's what he's trying to say.
We didn't do any prosecution. They probably belong to the Mark ASM says kudos to Mr. DNT. I think the best way to say now is God bless Nigeria. Thank you. Fugola Adewale says good morning to them. God will continue to bless. Okay, amen. Thank God Kankara boys were released. I'm happy for their parents. What about Chibok girls? See, even Leah Sharibu is still nowhere to be found. Okay, Abdul Fattah Adedinabelu says we have a president that take responsibility. We once have a government that refused to accept the Chibok girls were abducted until after 14 days. Abdul Fattah, you are very wrong. The president has not released a single word personally from himself till date. If you have it, show me where the president spoke about Kankara abduction.
He said it's a relief in the morning newspaper. He said their release is a relief.
Tola, did you see him talking? He's not saying anything. That's it. So if you want to say somebody took responsibility,
and they said he's going to receive them this morning.
Maybe we talk then. All right. Okay, can I jump to Twitter before these guys will have me? Abidemi at Hafiz Raji 1 on Twitter says, we give thanks to God that 300 students came out safely, but Garba Shehu took Nigerians that was only 10. Free that, bros, free him. Hafiz, just free him. Everybody has
was doing this.
10 that was kidnapped. Really? Okay, looting and laundering through abduction. Okay, God help us. Thank you, Hafiz Raji Abidemi. Olakunle Don at Olakunle_ Don also on Twitter says some students were kidnapped. Some 80 headsmen negotiated their release. I hope this is not planned. Okay, it may be, it may not be, but sorry, we don't do conspiracy theory here. It must be facts. We only read from the newspaper. Ajibawo Odede Yakub says the security issue belongs to everyone. Together we can fight it for our nation. Thank you, Yakub. Seems this is your first time tweeting at us. Bayo Badmos Atobeska says, what are they not telling us? How come we demand for accountability? They should tell us how they managed to secure the release so we can commend and applaud them at least. Bayo Badmos from Ogumasho, I think you'll have to take solace in the fact that they've been released. Says Boko Haram has made the Buhari administration a golden goose. Anytime they need funds, they only need to kidnap school children and use them as bargaining chips to collect legal ransom from their sponsors. Wow. Okay, your opinion right there. We'll go back to the phone line. Someone is here. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
I'm coming from Shaki.
Okay.
This man Cliff. We thank the Boko Haram. But let God change their mind. From kidnapping, from killing and all this nonsense. God bless Nigeria. It's a gift.
Okay. Thank you.
Christmas gift for us.
And birthday gift for Mr. President. Thank you so much, Mr. Adetola.
He's thanking Boko Haram.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Quite some weeks.
Yeah.
It's Bilu from Komosho.
Oh, nice to have you.
Yeah, I'm happy to talk to you this morning too.
You're welcome.
It's been fruitless effort ever since, but I'm happy today.
Sorry.
Yeah, on just two issues. I want to congratulate Uncle Sheyi, our governor,
okay,
for winning the ownership of Lactate to State. Fine,
okay.
But there you are, Tola, Taliban, Yemkama, when you Sheyi Shidadaluto. It will be the same old politician. When that was established, they can take the bill to the house and change it to for presenting with judge. You should be mindful of people. It's not going to be his decision anyway. But he has that executive power. They should not decentralize Lautech in the promotion. See, there are lands, there are resources, there are people, lecturers who do not have the job. They can get more employed and start more investing to other areas in other states who are interested in having universities.
If that take a loan for God's sake, prosperity is there. I'm not judging yet. Then Kankara boys, please. It was state managed. Tell me it's my own view.
Okay.
Tell me it's my own thing. Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. And today we have to go. We have bills to pay, and there's Madam Sport is here. Mary is here. Till tomorrow when we come your way for the last edition this week. I am Oladayo Ogunbowale.
I am Tola.
COVID is out there. Stay safe. The rise for COVID. Have a great day.
tó dá sí kóòtù bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ó yẹ kó kọ́kọ́ kan ní kẹ́.
ta ló sọ yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ni ṣe ń ṣe pásítà tèmi nìyẹn o àti pé golden penny ni pásítà tí kì í lẹ̀pọ̀ kò sí ìyọnu.
àwọn èmi fẹ́ ṣe pẹ̀lú ṣàkì àti oríṣiríṣi àtàkà tí kò kún náà ti rú woro.
kò sọ́nà tó gbà ṣe pásítà rẹ tó bá ti jẹ́ golden penny pasta àjẹpọ́nulá ni.
tí n bá fẹ́ jọ̀lọ́ọ̀fù kọ́.
bí o bá ṣe fẹ́ sí ni wàá ṣe gbádùn pásítà rẹ.
ẹ̀fọ́ ẹlẹ́mi méje ni wọ́n fi jẹ tèmi o.
gbádùn golden penny pasta bó o ṣe fẹ́ a ṣe golden penny pasta pẹ̀lú èpo àlìkámà durum wheat tó ní protein tí kì í sì lẹ̀pọ̀ o ní àǹfààní láti sè é bù tàbí jẹ bó o ṣe fẹ́ nítorí pé kò ní lẹ̀pọ̀ pẹ̀lú golden penny pasta bó o ṣe fẹ́ ló dá.
Uncle Dentist, wetin be cavities and how Colgate take dey protect my teeth from cavities? Shey you dey use comfort?
No dear, na hole for teeth dey cause most tooth pains wey be cavity. But if you use Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection take brush every day, the confirmed formula go help keep natural calcium inside our teeth wey go protect them from tooth decay.
Time don reach to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate, because Colgate locks calcium in.
And the Nigerian Dental Association, they recommend Colgate.
Mama Mina won't send money, make Amina collect for school. Obina won't withdraw from your card, but you no carry in card. Hey, waiting them go use.
Momo agents, them go use you.
Sisi Ronke won't pay light bill plus recharge Go TV. Nishi for no go miss Telemundo. Tamuno say she won't buy data for phone.
Waiting them go use. Momo agents, them go use you.
Now with your Momo agent, you fit send and receive money, plus to withdraw money for your bank account without card or data. You fit also buy airtime and data or pay any kind bill where you want. Just dial *223# to see the Momo agent wey near you. Momo agent, safe, fast, no wahala.
On the 12th day of Christmas, my Maggie gave to me 12 spicy suya, 11 rishi 10 rats of my mind, 9 for the road, 8 pizza curry, 7 pepper soups, 6 sizzling snails, 5 fried fish, 4 cocoa bangles, 3 party jollof, 2 geese dodo, 4 with a goosey.
Season to season with Maggie. Cook the difference.
ọ̀gá panel mo ti gbé ọkọ̀ mi dé fún àtúnṣe gbogbo ara ẹ o.
ẹ wò máa ṣe mọ́tò yìí ó máa dàbí agbárí.
irúkọ yóò dára rárá o kí ló ń ṣe nípa ẹ̀.
ọgbọ́n fẹ́ lọ sílé ìwòsàn ni kí wọ́n bàbá sọ fún ọ wípé wọ́n ní àìsàn covid-19.
rárá o ikọ́ ń ṣe àfihàn fún oríṣiríṣi àìsàn ni ikọ́ fi pàápàá wà lára wọn tó bá lọ sí àyẹ̀wò nìkan ló lè mọ irú ikọ́ tó jẹ́ pàtó.
ẹ wò mo ti wúkọ́ ìbáyọ̀ ti kọjá ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì ṣùgbọ́n tí n bá lọ sílé ìwòsàn sí i.
kò sí bẹ̀rù kankan panel wọ́n ti ṣe àyẹ̀wò tá à ń wí yìí rí ó ní láti kọ́kọ́ ṣe àyẹ̀wò láti lè mọ ìtọ́jú tó tọ́nà fún irú ikọ́ tó ní.
ọ̀gá ẹ lọ ṣàyẹ̀wò kẹ́ lè mọ̀ dájú o.
nítorí ẹni tí kò bá lọ kó lè mọ̀.
ẹ yẹ ikọ́ yẹn wò fún ikọ́ ife.
ẹgbẹ́ ẹ̀rọ ká mọ ohun tí ń ṣe.
tí o bá ní ikọ́ tó ti lo ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì láì kásẹ̀ nílẹ̀ ó lè jẹ́ ikọ́ ife o. ọ̀fẹ́ láyẹ̀wò àti ìtọ́jú ikọ́ ife. fún àlàyé ibi tí o ti lè ṣe àyẹ̀wò ikọ́ ife pé nọ́mbà kan sí orílẹ̀ fún ìtọ́jú ikọ́ ife ní 08002555282. ìkéde ìwá látọ̀dọ̀ ilé iṣẹ́ ìjọba àpapọ̀ tó ń mójútó ètò ìlera pẹ̀lú àtìlẹ́yìn àwọn ará ìlú Amẹ́ríkà.
Hey, why did you put it in the pot like that? You're supposed to break it first. Say who? This is how I cook my pasta. Besides, it's golden penny pasta. It's non-sticky, so it doesn't matter. But I want to cook it with meatballs mixed with pepper sauce and cheese. Anyhow you choose to cook your pasta, it will come out well because it is golden penny pasta. What if I want it jollof? You can enjoy your pasta however you want it.
I want to eat mine with my seafood okra. Go ahead and enjoy your golden penny pasta just the way you want it. Golden penny pasta is made with durum wheat, which contains protein, and it's non-sticky, so you can cook, serve, and eat just the way you want it. With golden penny pasta, your way is best.
With no pay and no cover, but with my badge at boxer, hustle done the sweet now hustle done the pay, stronger champion now boxer all the way, because I can zoom zoom, no wahala, clear the road for the champion, I'm stronger with boxer, and if I did it you can too, no wahala, clear the road for the champion, I am stronger with boxer,
Listen to the stories of champions who made their communities stronger with Boxer every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 11:55 a.m. by Judge Boxer. Made stronger to last longer.
Full sport tidbits right here on your number one station. Of course, a whole lot to take a look at this morning, but first let's welcome all those joining us from Agility FM 92.1 and also Kyogo FM 96.3. Always a pleasure having you on the show with us this morning. Special welcome to all those streaming live on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and also on the website who's saying good morning or welcome to the show. My name is Mary Akinshala. We'll have a whole lot to unpack this morning. I hope we have enough time for it. First, we'll be looking at FIFA The Best Awards that went down last night. Some people would want to say that everything went according to plans. There were no surprise winners, but for me, I think there were a few, something here and there. We'll get to talk about it. Also, last night we had 2 Premier League games and also 1 Serie A game to whet our appetite. We'll get to talk about the results. Also, I will look at the results, also everything that went down at the communique at the meeting. That's the meeting of the English Football Association, the Premier League meeting yesterday. Talking about concussion substitute, also talking about the use of 5 substitutes, which clubs in Europe and England have now voted against. We'll get to talk about all the intricacies surrounding that one. Also, there is news coming in from the camp of the Golden Eaglet of Nigeria, and I can tell you, we think we have had it terrible as far as this year is concerned. Talking about the world of sports in Nigeria, it's about to get worse, unfortunately. Also, if we have enough time, we get to look at some Australian Open stories and also things coming in from the world of Formula 1. Let's start off from FIFA The Best Awards, which went down yesterday. That was last night at Switzerland, where it was all about who and who stood tall for this year 2020, right there. Well, let's start off from the person that was voted the best goal of the year. Of course, and that one went to Heung-min Son of Tottenham Hotspur for that goal he scored against Burnley back in February. Yes, I think back in February. Early this year, yes, that was when that goal was scored. But I think the best part of that goal was because it was a solo run right from the back. It was an assist from Vantage straight to Heung-min Son. He alone took on about 8 players in the process and also added Nick Pope. That's the goalkeeper of Burnley to the tally. Interesting one and also a very, very deserved award for Heung-min Son. Of course, so many people have congratulated him about this one. Well, next up, let's look at the men's coach of the year, FIFA men's coach of the year. That one went to Jurgen Klopp. But this is, of course, I did say that some people would say, oh, the awards went where they should have went. But for me, I think this award did not go to who it should have gone to, like I said, for me. Because, of course, yes, a huge big ups to Jurgen Klopp. He won it in 2019. That was after he led Liverpool to the Champions League win. But in 2020, I think it was just more about winning the English Premier League for the first time in 30 years, which is emphatic, of course. But for me, we look at a man like Hans-Dieter Flick of Bayern Munich, who took over in 2019. He took over Bayern Munich in 2019. As at the time he took over Bayern Munich was a total mess. They were terrible. The form was terrible. Talking about the Bundesliga, there was no hope for them. It was losses upon losses. And I can tell you, between November 2019, when Hans-Dieter Flick took over, and presently, Hans-Dieter Flick has only lost 3 games with Bayern Munich. He has won 5 trophies with Bayern Munich, winning the Bundesliga, winning the German Cup, winning the German Super Cup, the UEFA Super Cup, and also the UEFA Champions League. I think if we're looking at 2020, I think it is huge when you compare it to Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp, who only won the EPL. Some people would say after 30 years. Of course, yes, after 30 years. But also, what Hans-Dieter Flick did with that Bayern squad has been amazing. This is a Bayern squad. We saw them. Big teams had to go up against them in the English Premier League, in the UEFA Champions League last season, and everyone was scared. What exactly will Bayern be delivering this season? They whitewashed the Barcelona goals too. So, well, award is done and dusted, but then you would want to say, of course, this man deserved it. But away from talking about the men's coach of the year, let's look at the FIFA best awards for the women World 11. Christian Endler, Lucy Bronze, Wendy Reynard, Millie Bright, Tobin Heath, Veronica Bouquet, Barbara Bonassi, Megan Rapinoe, Delphine Cascarino, Vivian Miedema, and also Peniel Hedder. Also, this one is another place where I decided to raise eyebrows. Okay, even the woman who was actually awarded herself, that's talking about Megan Rapinoe. After that awards came out yesterday and she heard that she had been nominated for the FIFA the best 11 for the year 2020, she came on Twitter and said, I haven't even played since March, so how exactly am I supposed to be eligible to win an award when there are millions of girls out there, even despite the coronavirus, they're still filing out week in, week out to play football. So she felt that this was all shades of wrong. But looking at the FIFA, who gave best goalkeeper award, FIFA the best goalkeeper went to Manuel Neuer, but when it came to the time for FIFA 11, that one actually went to Alison Becker of Liverpool. So all of those confusions, but at the end of the day, I think it's pretty interesting what we had yesterday. But I think the big one for everyone had to be winning a deserved FIFA the best player of the year 2020. Of course, Lewandowski, he has had 64 goals in 58 games this season. Europe top league scorer, Champions League, Bundesliga, German Cup. He has won 5 trophies this season. Definitely deserved for him. And for those asking, he beat Lionel Messi and also Cristiano Ronaldo. Later yesterday, we saw how Lionel Messi voted. Lionel Messi voted the top 3 for Lionel Messi were Neymar, Mbappe and Lewandowski. Meanwhile, Cristiano Ronaldo voted Lewandowski, Messi and Mbappe. Yes, that was how Cristiano Ronaldo voted. But then congratulations to everyone content here. Lucy Bronze also won the FIFA Women's Player of the Year award. Marcus Rashford also went away with the FIFA Foundation Awards. This was for his inspirational work off the pitch. Machi Agnes won the FIFA Fair Play Award for admirably saving the life of an opponent who lost consciousness following a clash of heads. So that was how we went down at FIFA the Best Awards all last night. Go straight to the English Premier League. Well, first now English Premier League clubs have now voted to approve permanent concussion substitutes for the Premier League, and it will be starting from March 14, which begins on Saturday. So basically what this new thing is saying is, if we have a concussion issue on the pitch, don't forget, case in point, what we had with David Luiz weeks ago, where he hit his head, and then so many people said he should not have continued playing. So the case is, if you have used up all 3 substitutes of yours, but then we find a situation where two players hit their heads and somebody is having a concussion, you can take the person out and you can bring in somebody else. But then if your opposition also wants to make a change at that point in time, they have the opportunity to make a change. That is making sure that there is a level playing field for everybody as far as this one is concerned. Also, Premier League clubs voted against having 5 substitutes for a third time, but then you do not blame them. If I was there too, if I was one of the lower clubs, I would vote against having 5 substitutes, because I think the only people that 5 substitutes will pay at the end of the day is those who have a very, very strong second team. If I don't have a strong second team, I don't have a business with 5 substitutes at this point in time. So a lot of the clubs who voted against having club substitutes once again were the clubs who were lower down, the clubs who don't really have as much financial strength and financial muscle as those in the top 6, top 8. Also, the Manchester United striker Edison Cavani has been charged with misconduct by the English FA over a social media post that was made last night. Of course, he used the N-word against somebody last night, and the whole world said they were not having it. The English FA caught wind of it, and now they have charged him officially. He has until January the 4th to reply. Last night we had games in English Premier League. Aston Villa took on Burnley. That one ended goalless. Jack Grealish once again showing the stuff is made of. Of course, he did lose some important chances, but goalless. But I think for me, the big goal last night had to be Sheffield United going up against Manchester United. Some people would say Manchester United haven't really been impressive this season, but let me tell you one thing. The fact is, Manchester United have a game at hand. If they win that game, they will be going third on the table, second on the table, I beg your pardon. So all in all, I don't think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has had a terrible year this season. Also for them, they've had this very surprising attitude. Once they go away from home, Manchester United concedes first, and then they come from behind and win. That was the same thing that happened yesterday. 5 minutes into the game, Mark Goldrick scored for Sheffield United. At the end of the day, Manchester United still went away with a win, 3-2. But one of the high points of that game had to be Henderson. Dean Henderson, formerly of Sheffield United, now Manchester United, has been complaining about the fact that he hasn't really gotten enough time for Manchester United. But then he got an opportunity yesterday. Some people would say he has not really lived up to expectations, talking about that match. But United, Chris, the one of the best things we saw last season, I beg your pardon, in the English Premier League, came into the season, and I can tell you in the last 13 games they've only made away with 1 point. So as it stands, I think if another coach will be losing his job at this point in time, looks likely it's going to be Chris Wilder, because nothing at all justifies a coach just having 1 point from 13 games. That means you've only managed a draw, not even a win, and from a team like Sheffield United, one of the best. They finished 6th last season. That's to tell you the kind of quality that a team like Sheffield United has. What went wrong? They are 20th on the table, 1 point from 13 games. A whole lot need to go down there, but this weekend we should see a whole lot of games. We get to see what all of those will determine. Well, away from there, and let's look at the NPFL here in Nigeria. For those waiting to see when the NPFL will resume, well, let me assure you that a date has now been set for the annual general meeting, which is going to decide when a tentative date will be picked for the resumption of the NPFL, and that will be happening. This annual general meeting will be happening in Ogun State. That will be on the 29th of December. So I think it's safe to say that the NPFL might not resume until probably the end of January or the beginning of February next year. We'll keep our fingers crossed to see how that one goes. Well, before we leave the studio, let's take a look at the Australian Open. Yes, the Australian Open will start on 8th of February next year, after being pushed back 3 weeks because of the coronavirus pandemic. For me, I think this is still a relief. So many people thought we would not be able to have the Australian Open, but I think it's good to see that the Australian Open will be happening, though it's going to be happening 3 weeks later than so many people expected that it will go down. Well, let's take a look at the world of doping and anti-doping, and also bans. Russia's banned from all major sporting events after a doping scandal has now been cut to 2 years by the Court of Arbitration for Sports. Of course, if you do not forget, back in 2015, WADA made sure that Russia was banned for 4 years, but now that ban has been cut to 2 years. So the only thing Russia will be missing is the 2021 World Cup and also the next year's Olympics. So also Russia's name, Russia's anthem, Russia's flag is banned from all sporting competitions for the next 2 years, which is just huge. But then if you look at what Russia has been accused of doing, you would want to say it's the proper punishment for such a crime of that weight. Away from there, let's take a look at Formula 1. 23 races have been confirmed for 2021, but all the drivers are complete except 2, and that's who will be the second driver for Red Bull, and will Lewis Hamilton be signing a contract extension with Mercedes. Of course, some people are saying Lewis Hamilton is going to retire. Personally, I don't think he's going to retire. I think he's just going to continue and keep getting the job done. But for the second driver for Red Bull, I think in the coming days we should know who will be nicking that it. Well, this is what we have for you this morning on Sport Tidbits. Tomorrow morning 7:30 a.m. we'll be back again to take a look at how it will go down in the world of sports for the weekend. Other preview coming for you tomorrow morning. Until I come your way again, always support sports. My name is Mira Kinshola. Bye for now.
With us on Oluyole 98.5 FM, it's time for a commercial belt.
It's time to go down low. Edges laid, nails popping, face baked. You and the girls are ready. The party is literally on fire. Your phone camera is ready. The only gadget you'll ever need.
Get the new Nokia 3.4 and 2.4 smartphone. The only gadget you'll ever need to enjoy 2 days battery life, 6.5 HD plus display, and capture details in low light with the night mode. Nokia.
Okòólélọ́ọ̀ọ́dúnrún àti méje ìgbà tí wọ́n ti ń pè mí nìyẹn lónìí. Màámi níbí, màámi lọ́hùn-ún. Ẹ wò ó, tọdún yìí gan ti pọ̀pọ̀pọ̀. Àfi kí n yá gbẹ̀bùn fún jíjẹ́ ìyá gidi o.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni o, àwọn màmá máa ń gbẹ̀bùn fọ́dún kérésìmesì yìí fún jíjẹ́ ẹ̀mí ẹbí nínú ìpolongo 3 Crowns Milk Give Your Heart Out. Ìwọ ṣáà ti kàn sí